Hello. So today we are going to be calculating the free cash flow of some of the biggest Indian companies. Free cash flow is one of the most important metrics in valuation of companies. Okay. So before we calculate and find out the free cash flow, let's define what free cash flow is. So it's on the screen. Free cash flow is referred to as the cash company generates after considering the cash outflows to support its operations and maintain its capital assets. So it refers to cash, not just net profit, which is on paper, but real cash a company generates after considering the cash outflows to support its operations. Cash outflows to support its operations, like paying employees, buying raw materials, rent bill, electricity bill, paying rent, etc. The second part, maintain its capital assets. This is extremely important thing. This is known as its maintenance capex. Maintenance capex or maintenance capital expenditure is a big, significant, long-term investment to maintain its capital assets, not to expand its capital assets, but to maintain the usefulness and capability of its current assets that it actually has right now. Not current assets like that, but assets that it owns right now. That is maintenance capex. So let's calculate the free cash flow of major Indian companies. Okay, so it was a bit clickbaity, or the title that is. I've already calculated. It's already calculated free cash flow, the free cash flow growth, and free cash flow yield. So we start with Reliance Industries all the way from 2015 to 2025. Yes. So on the top, we have cash flow from operations. Then we are minusing interest from it because in cash flow from operations, interest is not deducted. All right. Then for maintenance capex, we are taking depreciation as maintenance capex for Reliance. Now you may be wondering why depreciation is a non-cash expense. So in this case, in the explanation I've given here, the depreciation has been used as maintenance capex because the total capital expenditure of Reliance Industries is more than twice depreciation. So the gap is being treated as growth capex. Reliance Industries, right? This includes Reliance Retail, this includes Geo, this includes their oil business. It's currently expanding its assets, spending a lot of money in expanding its total asset base, like buying new towers for Geo, Reliance Retail acquiring more retail stores, all that stuff. So that's not maintenance capex by definition. That's growth capex. That is capex or capital expenditure being done to expand assets. All right. That's why depreciation we are using here as you can say for replacing maintenance capex. For calculating maintenance capex, we are using depreciation. Okay. So in 2015, we have free cash flow of 19,377, 337 crore rupees. All these numbers are in crores of rupees. All right. In 2016, 23,000 crores worth of free cash flow. In 2017, 34,000 crores. Let's move forward. 2020, 57,448 crores of pure free cash flow. Then negative, minus 17,000 crores. In 2021, in 2024, 98,914 crores of free cash flow. And 2025, 1,04,753 crores in free cash flow. We can see one thing for Reliance, the free cash flow has been consistently increasing. So very good, very good. Very nice increase. Now, one more thing here is this. This is showing four things. First, the free cash flow growth, then the free cash flow yield. Let's focus on free cash flow yield. The free cash flow yield means free cash flow as a percentage of total market cap. So right now, as an approx, this keeps changing as market cap changes, but approx 5.5% free cash flow yield, extremely good. Like extremely good free cash flow yield. And talking about growth, this is surprising because Reliance is such a big company, so I thought it couldn't grow by that much. But for the last 10 years, the annualized growth rate for free cash flow has been 18.4%. Last 5 years has been 12.7%. Last 3 years has been 14.02%. So these are the growth rates, the figures we already saw free cash flow for Reliance, the absolute figures, and the yield is 5.5% around that range. So great free cash flow for Reliance. Then moving on, we have Sun Pharmaceuticals, India's biggest pharmaceutical company. Okay, again 2015 to 2025. All right. So here again, maintenance capex. For some years, depreciation has been used for maintenance capex because it was investing way more money on expanding its capital assets. And on some years, purchase of new assets, purchase of fixed assets has been used as maintenance because depreciation was way more than that. And when depreciation is way more than purchase of fixed assets, it can mean that the business has a lot of its old assets, right? Of its older assets, they are causing the depreciation. It's not just maintenance capex. Maintenance capex, in that case, we are not taking as equal to depreciation because a lot of its old assets, they are being used. All right, maybe not the best explanation, nonetheless. So free cash flow, 3,842 crores in 2015. In 2017, 2,000, sorry, 5,417 crores. In 2020, 4,710 crores. In 2022, 7,363 crores. 2023, massive drop down, 2,700 crores. 2024, 2025, massive increase to 9,600 crores. And finally, 11,712 crores. All right. So, a lot of fluctuations we can see, right? 2017, it reached 5,400 crores. In 2018, there was a drop. 2019, it went negative. In 2020 onwards, we saw a recovery basically, except 2023, a small dip. But since 2020, we have just seen a massive recovery in the free cash flow of Sun Pharmaceutical Industries. All right. So the growth between 2015 and 2025 was 11.7%. Oh, double digits free cash flow growth, pretty nice. A growth between 2020 2025 was 20%. All right, but that was like the resurgence, you can say, from the drop in 2019 that we saw earlier. And growth for the last 3 years has been 16.73%. Pretty nice. Free cash flow yield of 2.99%. All right. So, comparison with Reliance seems to have better yield and pretty much comparable growth rates, or maybe a bit higher growth rates. Interesting. Moving on, we have Trend. Okay, Trend, very popular, I think, clothing company, or relating to retail. I'm not sure. Now this is going to be fun. Trend's free cash flow in 2015 was minus 107 crores. Okay, in 2016 was 22 crores. In 2018 was minus 13 crores. In 2021 was minus 67 crores. In 2023, no, in 2022 was minus 400 crores. Minus, not plus. And the last 2 years, 587 crores in free cash flow, and 2025, latest year, 600 crores in free cash flow. All right. Growth between 2015 and 2020 was, wait, why is it written 2020? Hmm? I think it should be 2025. My fault. That should be 2025. So, okay, it should be 2025. But still, it's error because it's error as It was negative. In 2015, it was negative. So we can't actually calculate a percentage. The growth between 2017 and 2025 has been 58.5%. But again, we saw it's very fluctuating. It's very fluctuating. 2017 base, 2017 free cash flow was 15 crores. So come on. Again, very fluctuating free cash flow. A lot of years were just straight up negative. Last 2 years, last 2 years, a big positive change. So who knows? Maybe this is a new norm. I can't say for Trent. And a free cash flow yield of 0.32%. All right. Boo. Okay, 0.32% free cash flow yield for Trent. Very interesting. Then moving on, we have Titan. We have Titan. All right. Titan. Okay. So 2015, we have free cash flows of 332 crores. 2017, massive jump, 1500 crores of free cash flow. Okay, you can also see cash flow from operations, interest, and maintenance capex. So you can pause and then read them right here. Then 2020, okay, there was a dip. 2019, 1000. 2021, 3790 crores. Okay. 2022, dip. 2023, 638 crores. 2024, 385 crores. And 2025, minus 1988 crores in free cash flow. So it goes up, it goes down, but a lot of negatives. Hmm. All right. It seems that from 2015 to 2021, the free cash flow had a good, you can say, era, a good era. But since 2021, a lot of negatives. A lot of negatives. Okay. So I don't think we can calculate the growth rate because 2025 itself was negative. And again, so many negative years. So that's why for now, let's just compare the free cash flow yield. Now, this yield, we are comparing free cash flow of 2023 and 2024 respectively to market cap of today because free cash flow of this year for Titan was negative. So a 0.21 free cash flow yield for 2024 and 0.13 for 2023. Awful. Okay, that's kind of okay. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Next, TCS. Yes, TCS, India's biggest IT company, very respected, no controversies whatsoever regarding its hiring and all that. Okay, free cash flow 2015, 17,466 crores. 2017, 23,202 crores. Let's move to 2020. 2020, 28,196 crores. 2021, 34,989 crores. 2023, 38,000 crores. Then 2025, let's go to 2025, finally, 44,175 crores free cash flow. So big figures are consistently rising, you know, very noticeable increase. So let's see the growth rates and the yield. Okay, so free cash flow yield of 4.06%, very solid, very solid. Growth last 10 years annualized has been 9.7% of free cash flow. 9.7%, almost 10%. Last 5 years, 9.39. The last 3 years, only 6.89%. All right, all right. Very mature company. Solid growth for last 10 years, I guess, for the size of TCS. Okay, this is okay, last 3 years, it's a bit low, but okay. Free cash flow goes up, free cash flow goes down. This is not talking about the overall trends of the company, nothing like that. Nothing about the quality of the company's earnings, anything like that. We just having fun comparing free cash flow. That was TCS. Reliance had better, I guess, yes. Reliance had seems to have better free cash flow yield and even growth. Bharti Airtel. Ooh, okay. Reliance, you're up. Okay. Let's see this. Bharti Airtel. 2015. 2015. 8,420 crores free cash flow. 2016. Dropped to 1,900. Okay. Oh my God, look at this. 2019, minus 11,000 crores free cash flow. 2020, all right, look at this. The resurgence has happened. Okay. 2021 onwards, pretty good. Yeah. Look at this, 6,000 crores. Then 2022, 12,000. 2023, 19,000. 2024, dip to 16,000. 2025, massive increase to 37,000 crores. 37,236 crores of free cash flow. Okay. Very, very fluctuating and often negative before 2020. After that, over the last 5 years, we have seen massive, massive increase. All right. Okay. Wow. Nice. The growth between 2015 and 2025, 16%. Last 4 years, because 2020 was negative, last 4 years, 57.8% growth. And last 3 years, 44.43% growth in free cash flow, FCF yield of 3.29%. So overall, even talking about last 10 years, very good growth. Just purely talking about growth, very nice growth rates. Last 3 years, 44%, 44% is massive. A free cash flow yield, not the worst at all, 3.29%. Yeah, it is very impressive numbers. Better than Reliance. Last few years, the growth has outpaced. It blows Reliance out of the water, at least for the last 5 years of growth, 4 years of growth, that is. But the yield Reliance, I guess, is higher. Trend, of course, we should not compare this to trend. Okay. Maruti Suzuki. Okay, Maruti Suzuki. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. 3,716 crores 2015, 7,500 crores in 2017, 2018, 8,600 crores, and a massive drop, 2020 minus 136, 166. In 2021, a resurgence, 5,700 crores, 2022, 1,000 negative crores, last 3 years positive. 2024 reached a peak of 11,351 crores, and 2025 10,334 crores of free cash flow. So cyclical industry, I guess, the automobiles. So goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. All right, all right. So till 2018, a very nice time. Then I guess demonetization, all that really affected it. Then COVID really badly affected it. Of course, COVID. After that, post-COVID resurgence, rebound. All right, nice. These are the numbers. Growth last 3 years will be negative because 2022 was a bad year. Maybe because of the Russia-Ukraine war, free cash flow was negative in that year. Overall, free cash flow yield of 2.6%. Okay. Last 10-year growth of 10.7% and last 5-year growth of 15.9%. So 2.6% yield, bit worse than Reliance and Bharti Airtel. I think yeah, even worse than Sun Pharmaceuticals. Last growth, not the worst, not the worst. All right, double-digit growths. Yeah, pretty good actually. Double-digit growths, yield is not the best. Still better than Trent. So okay, and I think we should do one more. One more. This is the last of the day. What is it going to be? Oh, cool. Wow. Varun Beverages. Varun Beverages. All right. I remember a bit about this calculation. This is going to be juicy. 2014, 34 crores in free cash flow. 2016, 69 crores. 2018, massive jump, 392 crores. 2019, 495 crores. Big drop down in 2020. Resurgence in 2021. 2022, 969 crores. 2023, 1,400 crores. 2024, 1,951 crores. That was the latest data I could find. I think they have a kind of a different calculating time period for their financials. That's why only till 2024, 1,900 crores. Now yield is poor. 1.12% of market cap is the free cash flow. Okay, yield is extremely poor, 1.12%, but the growth, the growth is nice. 50% annualized growth for the last 10 years. Okay, 31% for the last 5 years. And of course, COVID really affected this. Last 3 years, not really affected it, may have affected this. Last 3 years, 58% growth in free cash flow. Yield, bad yield, 1.12%, not the best at all. Excellent growth. Actually speaking, amazing growth, Varun Beverages. So in terms of growth, I think in all selections today, Varun Beverages won. Varun Beverages, I think, won. Uh, then in terms of yield, I think who won? Reliance won. In terms of growth, Bharti Airtel, I think, is the second largest, best contender to this. TCS is all right. It's all right. Titan is okay. Trent, oh, let's not talk about it. Sun Pharmaceutical is pretty nice, actually pretty nice, overall speaking. And Reliance, surprising growth, surprising very nice yield. So yeah, that's it. These are all the companies we are calculating for today, but we are going to be having way more coming out. So if you like this video, hope you watch more. Have a nice day.